All right, part two, the expanded sheet metal was supposed to be coated, I should say, with this stuff. This is basically a bed liner. It's got a little texture, so this way it will have good traction when you stand on it. That's what this stuff is supposed to be for. This is a heavy-duty solenoid, reversing solenoid. That you're supposed to control this motor with for the back platform. I have 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 tubes of this big stretch. This is supposed to be a paintable, some kind of a sealant. I wanted to go over basically every single every single one of these joints, seal it up so this way there's absolutely no way of any water making its way inside the cabin. Before the paint job I was supposed to do that. We will continue over here. I ended up buying 2 different sets of lighting for the interior. I have 8 of these. They're both LED. These are a little dimmer, and I have 6 of these units. These are a lot brighter than the other ones. So these are the second set. This is the second set that I bought. I really wanted to put these up, but I will give you this set along with it. This is all the bracketry for the bunk queen. I'm supposed to have 2 queen beds in there. Basically I was gonna build it like bunk beds, but the top one is supposed to be able to lift up, kind of angle up to give you more headroom for the lower bed, in case you're only having 2 people sleep in there. But if you want to sleep 4, you can drop down the top bunk and then you can sleep 4 people in there very comfortably. And these are supposed to be the brackets that hold the 4x4s that are supposed to support the bunk setup. And this winch, I wanted to, it's hard for me to describe exactly how I was going to connect it, but this winch was supposed to control the top bunk going up and down. Over here I have some hinges, weld-on hinges, and also latches that are supposed to be for I was supposed to have propane tanks over here. Once these get relocated onto these bumpers, I wanted to have everything was already measured up. There was supposed to be a propane tank holder, twin propane tanks, and that's where they were supposed to go. And I wanted to have an enclosure, like a door that you can open and close, that keeps the propane tanks, contained, so this way people can't mess around with it. And that's what those are supposed to be for. I do not have the sheet metal or the framing that I need to build the door and the enclosure for the propane tanks. That stuff I have over here. This is the base, and the hold downs and everything are in there. This over here for the water system. This is the water inlet. This is a outdoor shower setup. It's supposed to lock. So this one I wanted to put on the opposite side of the truck, on the side, have a foldable a shower rod basically that goes around, a shower curtain rod that you can basically put into place and lift up and lock into place. And the shower setup is supposed to basically mount on the side of the truck, so this way you can take a quick outside shower if you want. And those are the curtains for it. That's a custom freshwater tank that I had to have built, special built, because I wanted to put that underneath the bottom bed There's just enough room for that, and also to house the electrical control panel over there. And this is the water pump. I do not have the water lines. I figured that was going to be the last thing. Once I put everything in place, I was going to buy some water lines and run everything. Originally, I was going to use this container and put a porta potty on it. Later on, I decided to go with the Thetford cassette system, which allows you to, you can basically finish this really nicely. And all you have to do is just press a button and pull this cassette outside. I was gonna most likely install that somewhere on the side, maybe over here, put another door here that you can open up and pull the cassette out from. So instead of having a waste water tank for that, I was just gonna have it, removable, so you can just, dump it wherever you are easily, even if you have to dump it into a toilet bowl somewhere. This over here, this is the back piece for the refrigeration unit, and this is the top vent, the vent cover for the refrigeration that goes on the roof. I do have a Dometic refrigerator, a 3-way. It's got some masking tape on and everything. I took it apart because I wanted to give it a paint job, because this actually is it came from another RV. Came from an RV that I removed this genset from. This unit, actually, I did the tune-up on it. I put new points on it. It's in really good running shape, and it only has 365 hours on it. So this is all the hardware. I also bought two 24 volt to 12 volt step down converters. These handle 40 amps. So that was supposed to be for the system that's supposed to charge the 12 volt batteries, which were supposed to be stacked right over here, top and bottom. Also, I have these are actually supposed to be fuel tank brackets. On the other side, the fuel tanks hang off of these. I wanted to put another set over here, and that generator is supposed to go in here. It's a perfect fit. The generator, the muffler on that generator was bad, so I bought a new muffler for it. This is a OEM Cummins muffler for that engine and the exhaust hanger. So this way it's nice and quiet. And again, I'm supposed to have another enclosure here that's supposed to basically cover up the batteries and the generator sitting here. Inside this area, this can be taken apart. My goal was to put that fuel tank inside of here. That fuel cell over there is a perfect fit for the inside of this, and you can access the fuel cap. It sits right over here when it goes in there. So you can basically just take the fuel cap off and refuel right there. And that's supposed to be for the generator. That's the electrical, the circuit breaker box. All the fuses for the 12 volt system, everything's supposed to go through that. The jerry can, I do have a spout for it over here. These are some of the tools that come with it. I have a 1/2-inch hose, also a 3/8 hose. This is for inflating the tire. It's a setup with a pressure regulator and a remote setup. So this way, if you're refilling, if for whatever reason you don't have any air in the tire and you're inflating it for the first time, you can basically hook this up and walk away, and it'll inflate itself. If it blows up, you're not gonna die. I have a 3/4 impact wrench. I have a bunch of extension sockets, so this way if you have a hard time getting to the lug nuts, because these sit a little recessed, you can use those extensions. That wrench is for the custom spare tire holder. I'll show all that stuff in a little bit. We're out of time.